It's late winter, early spring, and we are back here at the student farm at OSU. And joining me is the manager, Lynda Carrier. And Lynda, as we know, yesterday it was 85. Today we're experiencing a little bit cooler temperatures today.
Definitely.
So you guys have some cool season crops, but let's talk a little bit about what you've got going and how you're protecting and mitigating those temperature swings.
Okay. Yeah, because we do have the Oklahoma weather where it's 80 one day and 20 the next. We'd like to have them covered just in case it gets really cold. These are cool season crops, so they can handle some cold. Last week, we were supposed to have a low of about 28, and I think it got down to 22, so it did bite some of these pretty good, but they will come back. Okay. The new growth on them is good, and it looks good.
So as long as you're just seeing a little burn on the leaves, you're okay. But as far as the crown, it's still green and good. So, okay.
So in case that should happen again, where we get a really cold snap.
And likely will.
Yeah, we likely will. And last year, we thought, well, we'll be okay. And the kids all left for spring break, and we had a really cold snap come in, and Matt and I were out here, and we covered 8 rows pretty much by ourselves. We had a little help from the Botanic Garden students, but and shoveling this was a chore.
Not an easy task, is it?
No, I was a little sore.
So let's talk about the materials you're using here for these low tunnels is what they're called. Low tunnels or row covers?
Yeah, row covers, low tunnels,
okay. So what are we using here? It's a thin plastic.
Yeah, it's got it's perforated. It has holes in it, and that's good for the ventilation, because when you do have the hot days, you need that to vent out so you don't cook them under there.
Right.
And then it still provides enough protection on the cold days that it keeps it warm enough.
Okay.
So it has a dual purpose there.
So if anybody's using just solid plastic or something like that, I mean, it could be just 60 degrees and it could get really hot inside of there. So you want to make sure to open them up. But
definitely
with these holes, it allows that.
Okay. Yeah, definitely so.
So let's talk, you've got the sides buried. Is that to help seal in that temperature or what is the purpose for that
The purpose of that is to keep the plastic from blowing away.
Okay.
Because, and that's, I've told, when we cover these back up, you've got to make sure you cover every inch of that's on the sides, because any little opening that gets wind under it, that hole, it'll rip it off. You get a 40-mile-an-hour wind like we do in Oklahoma, and it'll tear all this off, and it'll be
nice
down the
kite.
street. Yeah.
So you've kind of changed your method from last year. You and Matt doing it solo for the most part learned a few lessons, right?
We did. One thing we found out is when we make our raised beds, it pulls all that dirt up, and then the tire tracks kind of leave it compacted on the sides. And then we go back over those sides again with a tractor when we're transplanting. So your sides of the beds get really hard and firm. And last year, Matt and I shoveled, and it's so hard that it was very difficult to do. So we decided this year we're going to come up with a way to loosen the sides. So we took an old cultivator and kind of revamped it, where it was a little 5-row cultivator, and we took the 3 middle rows out and left the 2 on the outside, and actually made them the right distance to where we could go down the sides of the bed and easily loosen that soil up. Oh. And that has made a world of difference as far as being able to cover the sides.
Okay, so it sort of pre-dug it for you a little bit, and then you still have to go with a shovel and then put it over the plastic.
Yeah, but now you've got loose soil and clumps of soil that are so much easier to get over the plastic.
Right. Okay, so we've just got some metal, thin metal
wire
rods, hoops under here, and every 5-6 feet basically to support this?
Yep, exactly. Yeah. Okay. So and they come in pieces that are probably, I think they're about 5 or 6 feet long, and then we just stab them on one side and then go over to the other side and make our little hoop around them. And
so how long will you likely be leaving this out here? Till April 15th or
probably
beyond then?
Yeah, I would say close to April 15th, just depending on the weather. If the forecast looks like it's going to be real warm, we might remove them a little sooner. But yeah, we'll probably leave them on as long as we can.
All right. Well, it looks like the plants are happy under there, and I know we need some more protection ourselves out here today.
Yes, definitely. It's cold out today.
Thank you so much, Lynda, for sharing this with us.
Sure thing. You're welcome.
We hope you enjoyed this video as part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on the OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.